Well, that turned into a real cow pie real quick, didn't it? Welcome back to the Brahma Bulletin, your #1 source for all things San Antonio Brahmas. In today's video, I'll be reviewing our loss to the Battlehawks this past Sunday at the Alamodome. Before I begin, I want to say how pleased I was at this game. Fans came out in droves, packing the dome. The lines for purchasing merch was forever long. Attendance numbers were almost double than the other games for opening weekend. You can tell that San Antonians were pumped about this team, and they showed up. I can't describe how happy I was to see the dome so full of fans. Now, we all know that typically opening day is the biggest crowd a team will get. And as the season goes on, if the team is bad, then attendance will go down. If the team is good, attendance will probably maintain. Now, I truly believe that San Antonio will maintain these numbers. All right, let's look at the stats for the game. For the Battlehawks, A.J. McCarron was 18 for 26 with 190 yards and 2 touchdowns, both in the last 2 minutes of the game. Their leading rusher was Brian Hill with 55 yards. Their leading receiver was Austin Prohl with 4 catches for 49 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, Hakeem Butler caught the other touchdown. Defensively, they sacked Jack Cohn twice, with the second one coming in the final 16 seconds of the game to seal their victory. For the Brahmas, Jack Cohn was 25 for 35 for 207 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Our leading rusher was Kalen Ballage with 24 rushes for 84 yards. Our leading wide receiver was Jalen Tolliver with 3 catches for 49 yards. Fred Brown was a recipient of the first touchdown in Brahma's history. Defensively, the Brahmas bull rushed A.J. McCarron, sacking him 5 times. Overall, the stats show that the Brahmas had more offensive plays, more yards, more first downs, better third down efficiency, and better fourth down efficiency. So, what happened? Turnovers and missed opportunities and a failure to close. Now, we lost a turnover battle 2-0. Chances of winning ball games are significantly lower when you lose a turnover battle. Jack Cohn threw an interception on our very first ever offensive drive. Luckily, our defense held them, and St. Louis ended up turning the ball over on downs, so no harm, no foul. However, Jack's second turnover was a strip fumble with 11 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the second quarter, which led to a Battlehawks field goal tying the game. Our missed opportunities came at the end of the first half. First, a dropped pass by wide receiver Travis Johnson with 6 seconds left that would have resulted in a touchdown. Now, this missed opportunity was followed by another missed opportunity when we missed a 34-yard field goal by kicker Parker Romo. That was completely unacceptable. 34 yards is a chip shot field goal, especially indoors with no wind. No excuse for that one. Completely unacceptable. Our failure to close came late in the game. After dominating the Battlehawks, keeping them at bay and holding them to basically nothing, our defensive meltdown began after St. Louis scored their first touchdown with 1 minute and 25 seconds left in the game. St. Louis converted a 3-point conversion, and then the most inexcusable play happened. St. Louis went for the 4th and 15 play that the XFL has. And they converted. How the hell can you allow them to convert a 4th and 15? Now, I'll get to this play later on. Then the Battlehawks marched right down the field and scored their second touchdown with 16 seconds left. Now it's time for a segment that I like to call Branding the Brahma, in which I gave a brand of praise to the players, or coaches I believe was most responsible for our victory. On the other side, I'll give a brand of blame for the players, or coaches I believe was responsible for our defeat. So, with that exposition out of the way, now is time to brand the Brahma. Now, I foreshadowed earlier that the play that I believe was critical in our loss, and that is the 4th and 15 conversion. In my opinion, the entire defensive back is to blame for it. They all get a brand of blame on this one. You know that they have to get 15 yards, and they are on their own 25-yard line. How the hell do you allow them to convert a 4th and 15? Come on, man. A.J. McCarron had an eternity of time to pass the ball, and the dude was wide open. Had you covered your man better than you did, they wouldn't have made the conversion. We would have gotten the ball back with just over a minute left in the game, and we could have ran out the clock. Instead, you play soft, and the wide receiver catches the ball for 24 yards, and then St. Louis eventually scores the game-winning touchdown. Yes, I know we could have stopped them better after the conversion, but had they not converted in the first place, then none of that would have mattered. So yeah, I had a real beef with our defensive backs on that play. Now, on to my prediction accountability segment. I made some bold predictions for this game, so let's see how I did. My first prediction, I said that Jack Cohen will have at least 250 yards passing and throw for 2 touchdowns. My second prediction was that Jacquez Patrick and Kalen Ballage will each rush for at least 75 yards, and each will have 1 rushing touchdown. Well, I think I get partial credit for that because Kalen Ballage did rush for over 75 yards. So, gotta give me some credit on this, okay? Now, my third prediction was that Jalen Tolliver will have at least 80 yards receiving and 1 receiving touchdown. And my fourth prediction was that the defense will have at least 3 sacks and record 2 turnovers. So, once again, I think I should deserve at least some credit on this one because they had 5 sacks. They didn't record any turnovers, but hey, at least I got the sacks part right. So, looking at my prediction record, I would say I would give myself half a point for my predictions. So that means I am half a point in the positives and about 3.5 in the negative. So overall, I'm 0.5 for 3.5. So not exactly starting off the season on the right foot. So next up, let's take a sneak peek at next week. So next week we face the Orlando Guardians in the first of a 3-game road trip. Now, quickly, I think this is the perfect time for us to play the Guardians. The Guardians are predicted to be the worst team in the XFL, and based upon their performance last week, yeah, I think that prediction is probably going to be true. So this will be a good game for the Brahmas to go on the road, shake off the dust, play an inferior team, dominate them on the road, and get their momentum going. So we'll see how it goes next week. And that's it. That's the video. Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for watching. So, what did you think of the game? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep your horns pointed upward and forward, San Antonio.